Hi, this is Grace Power, and this morning I just wanted to share my testimony, my experience going through the Landmark Forum. The Landmark Forum is generally a 3-day event and then one evening where you can invite guests. It's more of a graduation evening. I think it's on a Tuesday night following the weekend class. And I took this back when I was 25. I'm 35 years old now. And I still, to this day, use a lot of the perspectives that are taught in that class. It really has you look at your experiences from your past and your even idea of who you are in a new way. They use language and new language and the power of language. So they kind of use some techniques where they use different language or I don't know. There's just something about the language of Landmark, and they sort of have their own definitions and uh, ways of describing things that you aren't going to find in a book or from anywhere else. You're not going to find it in school. You're not going to find it from your parents unless they've been through the forum. It's really just a very cool thing. And this was created a long time ago, and it's been somewhat, upgraded and things over time. But the core values or core teaching of the Landmark Forum, I believe, has really stayed the same from the beginning. And it's a transformational weekend experience for everyone that attends. It can trigger things. It can trigger, emotions. It can trigger just different responses, emotional responses and things in people. But that's actually part of the program because you can't really understand those triggers or understand your reactions unless they happen sometimes. So the course is designed to bring some emotions and things to the surface so you can actually look at them and start to question them or understand them with what they teach in the course. So one of the things that is available from taking the Landmark Forum is really any possibility that you want for your future. Anything at all is possible out of taking the Landmark Forum because the Landmark Forum helps you complete your past and not let it control who you are now and who you want to be in the future. So it's really powerful. I'm going to share my screen with you so I can actually show you the website where you could go to find out more information and check it out for yourself. Let me see which, I think it's this one. Oh no, it's not that one. Let me go back. Oops, share application windows, it's this one. There we go. Okay, so this is landmarkworldwide.com, and you can see redefine what's possible in your relationships, your work, your family, your communities, what matters most to you. So the Landmark Forum is really for everybody. It's not for any specific industry or career, or you don't even have to be, in a career. You could just be a stay-at-home mom. You could just be a college student. You can be anybody. This course, they even actually have the Landmark Forum for kids, but I think you have to be a certain age. For young people and teens, you have to be a certain age before you can, age 8 through 12. So once you're 8 years old, you could actually go through the Landmark Forum, and then this one's for teens 13 and up. But it's really, really neat. Let's just go click on course details. The course takes place over 3 consecutive days, generally Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a Tuesday evening. The full day begins at 9 a.m. and ends approximately 10 p.m. Breaks are approximately every 2 to 3 hours with a 90-minute dinner break. The evening session generally runs 7 p.m. to 10:15 p.m. And then tuitions vary based on location and currency because they do this course like all over the world. So, but just to give you an idea, it looks like it's about $695. You have to do a $250 deposit. So it does cost money, but that, they have to pay their trainers, they pay for their facilities, they pay for all their staff to put on the corporation or the organization and stuff. So really for this price, I mean, they're keeping the price a very reasonable cost for when you consider that's 3 days and an evening. And they actually won't even have the course unless there's so many people in the course. Like if they can't fill a course, they won't have it because they need to have a certain number of people to make it financially possible to do the course. So then they have their schedules and click, the program that you want. And I'm talking today about the Landmark Forum, but I've actually gone through some of their other courses. So I wanted to do some testimonials on their other courses. But I really just wanted to make this information available for people so that you could be familiar with this if you've never heard of it before. I was lucky enough to have heard of it through a friend of mine, Ben Fuchs, just by seeing a magnet on his fridge. And so I said, "What's this Landmark thing?" He had a little magnet on his fridge, and he said, "Oh, you got to go to that." And then just within like a month or two later, I ran into another guy, Noel Wade, and he invited me to come to an evening it was like an evening introduction to the forum. And so I went to that and got to know more about it and registered for it. And at the time, I really did not have much money or anything. And I found a way to go. In fact, I was actually registered for a certain date, and then I couldn't come up with the rest of the money by that date. So I ended up taking the next course. So I had more time to save the money. But I mean, I really did not have the money to go to this course. So don't let the money stop you, because once you go, you are so much more powerful in your everyday life. It opens up so much more possibility. So you're going to be able to have like a new, just a new internal power that creating money is like, it starts to become like nothing, it's just easy. I mean, I don't want to say that because I know that's not the same for everybody, but maybe just your understanding of money becomes a different understanding. You don't feel so controlled by money or really anything anymore. You just realize, I don't want to give the course away, but you just realize some things about life that it just frees you up. I mean, people have so many different testimonials. Some people, they couldn't sleep, they had insomnia and things like that before going to the forum. And then after going through the forum, they just sleep like a baby, because it has you change your perspective of life and of yourself and of your mom and dad and of your family and of the world. And so you can sleep at night, and it's like no big deal. I mean, you just lose a lot of fears. You really put on a new pair of glasses, or take off your old pair of glasses, however you want to look at it, but you just see everything a lot differently, and in my opinion, a lot more clearly, and coming from more of a place of power and strength instead of like weakness and fear and self-sabotage and all of that those kinds of things that are going on. I mean, you meet anybody. I mean, even me personally, like we all have this like inner worlds going on, this our inner thoughts and our inner emotions and all that kind of stuff. So we, on the outside, we may look fine and dandy and, you know, just going along like you don't know people are having insomnia or things like that. They look fine. But then you look deeper into their life and, you know, they're struggling with unforgiveness, or they're struggling with something that happened to them, you know, many years ago, and it's still just eating at them, or something they did that they feel guilty about, or, you know, so all of that stuff that's just there from the past, through the forum, you actually complete, you know, a lot of that stuff. I won't say everything because there's more courses, and I think there's more courses because there's deeper levels. You know, there's always more growth as a human that you can keep going, but it really does help you have access to creating any possibility for the future, not based on your past, because your past is basically complete. It's as if it happened, but now there's no hold on you. There's nothing in your past that's going to hold you down or stop you. So I'm trying to think of any personal relationship or personal experience I could share from this. I had actually went to the Millionaire Mind experience or intensive. It was the intensive when I took it. It's now the experience, before I went to the Landmark Forum. And so for me, the Millionaire Mind experience was sort of my awakening in a way. But then a lot of people who have never been to the Millionaire Mind, they go to the Landmark Forum, and that's sort of their awakening in a way. So I kind of went through the forum, and I already had sort of this new perspective and things like that. But I still learned a lot, and I still was able to break through some barriers that I had still. At the same time, I wasn't having like dramatic experiences like I was seeing some of the other people in the course having, that had never, you know, gone through something like that before. So that was my own personal experience. And then I even asked Noel, I was like, why did you think I needed this course? You know, and he just told me, he said, everybody needs this course. You know, every human, if you're a human, you need to go to this course. And it's taught in all different languages all over the world. So you can go to it, and no matter what language you speak, you know, you can find one that's in your language, most likely. I mean, I don't know if they have every single language in the world, but definitely look into it. It is across America, and the more people that go, the more they can keep going. You know, the more they can keep having the impact on the world by helping people complete their past, because so many people walk around and they're carrying all this baggage from their past around with them. And what a better world we would have if they could just drop that bag and just carry on with their life with a whole new energy and power that, you know, they don't have because they keep carrying this bag around with them. So I just encourage everyone to go. If you are a business person or someone in management or leadership position in your career, then you really have to go, because you're going to be such a better manager, such a better leader. If you're a business owner, it just opens up your world. Like, you will grow your business, or you might even kind of shift paths in your business just based on a new understanding of who you are and what matters most to you. You know, if you're doing a business and it really is because of something that happened in your past, and you're like pushing this business or certain aspects of the business because you're like trying to prove something or make up for something in your past, well, all that's going to be gone. So you actually might have just a different perspective on what really matters in your heart of hearts, because you're going to get rid of all that yucky baggage stuff. So it really is a transformational course. I highly recommend it. Just, you don't need to really do anything more except go to the website, register for the one that's closest to you, or feel free to fly. I've taken courses in New York when I lived in Colorado. So all the centers are awesome. Just go take advantage of it. It's a new year, 2017. I would love to hear your feedback if you go, because of me telling you about it, or maybe I'm like the 10th person that's told you about it and you're just like, okay, I keep getting told about this course, I'm gonna go check it out. So just do it. You're not gonna ever regret it. The money is like minimal compared to what you get out of the course, so don't be like, oh, it's just a money making program or whatever. No, it's not. They keep the cost low so that people can afford it. If you are in a management position, ask your boss if they will help pay for it, maybe all of it or part of it, because it will make you a better manager. And a lot of business owners would be silly not to pay for that for you. So, so definitely ask about that. There's always things like that. Now, if you are a pastor, you actually can go through the course. I believe they give you a scholarship. If you're a pastor, they used to, and they probably still do. So keep that in mind too for you if you're a pastor, or if you want your pastor to go. It's really awesome for your pastor to go to this too. He would have to take the Sunday off of preaching that Sunday, but he will come back just refreshed and on fire, and really just ready to serve people, because you get rid of your own selfishness, and you just want to help people and love people, because you see what people are going through because of their past. They're carrying all this stuff around with them, and it just has you have more compassion for people. When you're in the course, you really do bond with certain people. You may even make a lifelong friend out of the course. I didn't personally, but I did feel really close to some of the people. And then I went on to take on, some of the other courses that I have made really good friends from the more advanced courses. So anyways, that's all I'll say about it now. And I want to do, more testimonials on the other courses. But before you can go to any of their other courses, you got to go to the forum. So definitely do that, and let me know how it goes. Happy New Year, and take care.